Alright, today we are back in my YouTube analytics because it's time to determine when was the Jack Sucks Alive YouTube channel at its most successful. Has Jack Sucks Alive peaked? Let's find out. So displayed in front of you is our total lifetime views from 2013 all the way up to right now. And you can see this is going up, which is obviously good. If it's going down, that's not great for the channel. But you can see that it was a lot higher a few months ago than it is right now. And our current level, the end of last month, is just as low as it was about 2 years ago, as you can see. So perhaps that suggests that the channel has already peaked. We're just going to continue to lose more and more views, and eventually I will be homeless. Please subscribe with notifications, so thank you. But YouTube is just up and down. If you look at my social blade that everybody can look at, we've had really good months, then the following months it's gone back down, then it's gone back up, then it's gone back down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And most YouTube channels are all the same. Let's look at PewDiePie's, for example. Yeah, he's the same as me, up and down, up and down. He had all the T-Series stuff here, so he hit some massive new records, and now it's on its way back down. Does that mean that his channel's dying? Of course it doesn't. He's got 9 million views, 8 million views, and 7 million views from videos in the last 2 days. So right now my channel is kind of back down on that lower middle period, but through a lot of consistency and work, our kind of lull period is still good, and it's, you know, above 5 million views. You can see that we haven't gone below this 5 million line any time within the last 2 years. Well, maybe we did there actually. Okay, our channel's over. So these are our daily views. You can see back in 2015 we were averaging around 20,000 views a day, whereas at the minute we're averaging about 200,000 views a day. But a few months ago there was a day where we got 800,000 views, almost 900,000. So you could definitely argue that it was around this period of time that our channel did peak. But I suppose it depends on what it is you're counting as peaking, because if you're going off our most viewed video, then that means that we peaked nearly 6 years ago when I did a Minecraft video about a mod that adds girlfriends, because we've not gotten close to 5 million views on one video ever. 3.8 million is our next best. But I would say getting views on one video isn't really what I would determine as your channel's most successful moment. It's when you're getting a ton of views and a lot of watch time, and also people subscribing because they're enjoying what it is they've found. That's when your channel's at its best. So you can see that the Minecraft Girlfriend mod showcase, it has the most views, but it does not have the most watch time. If we change this in order of watch time, then this video, I let 10 kids edit my video, it has 2 million less views, but an extra 9 years was spent watching it. Look at that, 31 years compared to 40 years of time. So people watched that one for a lot longer than they watched the Girlfriend mod showcase because it was a better video. So I'm really interested in this peak all the way back on the 25th of June 2014, because that might not look like much when you compare it to the rest of the graph, but if we were to shorten this down to about here, this peak becomes way bigger, and it actually held the record for the most views we had in one day for the first 4 years of this channel's lifespan, which is pretty mental. And I'm going to assume that must be around the time that we released the Girlfriend mod video. It wasn't. It was this random video that I've not even thought about. It only has 42,000 views, but people just watched it for way longer than they were watching my other videos at the time. And it's just a Minecraft video that was about a mod that got rid of cubes and stuff was kind of rounder.
To another Minecraft mod showcase. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at what is possibly the coolest mod I've ever reviewed.
I hate this way that I used to kind of talk. It's really annoying. If you're interested in the mod, it was actually pretty unreal. Basically, it made caves and grass kind of more natural looking. Like, look at that little shaft. That's a good shaft, that one, innit? Look at that shaft! So I guess people were just interested in this mod, and that's why they kept watching for longer than people normally watch. And that was the peak of our channel from 2013 to 2017, which is pretty mental. But you've got to remember that you can't base success off views alone, because if we look at the subscriber graph for around the same time, there is nowhere near the same level of peak. Look, we gained 600 subscribers instead of our average 400. So people were interested in the Minecraft mod, but they weren't necessarily interested in me and watching more videos from me. Whereas if we skip ahead to kind of the 7th of January 2018, we gained 500,000 views, which was a massive record for us at the time. A record that was held for most of 2018. If we look at the subscriber analytics, you can see there is a clearly visual peak around that time where people were watching the videos and a few of them were actually subscribing as well. Not as many as kind of later on, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Basically, it's hard to get people to subscribe. I'm told by my channel manager that I'm not telling people to subscribe enough, which is why me and Kai need to remember to whack this little fancy animation here all the time. Please turn YouTube notifications on if you haven't already, though. I would really appreciate that. So what video was it that got a lot of views on the 6th of January 2018? I think it must have been the blank decides how long to ban hackers. Yeah, it was. So it was my girlfriend decides how long to ban Minecraft hackers. It got 91,000 views in one day, which for me at the time was a massive record. And my god, the watch time is mental on that video. 23% is pretty crazy for a viral video. You've got to compare it to the ones underneath. 5%, 5%, 2%, 2.9, 1%, 23%. The average view duration from a bunch of new viewers was 9 minutes. Shout out to Becky, that is unreal. Oh my god. We need to get Becky in more videos, am I right? So that was a peak of our channel. Then we did eventually beat that record 6 months later, which is good. So 19th of the 7th, let's compare that to the subscribers. Yeah, there is a big peak on that day. We gained 2,800 subscribers in one day. How many did we gain the previous time? 2,700. So whatever this video was, it performed very, very similarly to the girlfriend video. Ah, it was this one. I was demoted from my Minecraft server. Yeah, so when these videos kind of pop off, it basically means that they're popping up in people's recommended and new people are discovering them. And the reason that YouTube puts them in people's recommended is because the watch time is just really good. You can see that this is another 20%er. And when you look at the stuff underneath, 20% compared to 13, 3, 2, 2, 1, blah, blah, blah. I think what we're noticing is that watch time is increased when there's a clear goal in mind. So I was demoted from my own Minecraft server. The goal was to get undemoted and get my op again. So people watched all the way through so that they could see that happen. The Becky decides how long to ban hackers. People watched for longer because it was an objective of finding a hacker, messing with them a little bit, and eventually banning them for a certain length of time. This length of time varies, so people keep watching so that they can see the next time. 5 videos popped up in people's recommended a lot. That's because people spend the first half of the video watching me order the stuff, and then they have to stick around for the second half of the video so that they can actually see the product that was delivered back to them. So as a general tip, if you're wanting to hopefully get your videos in recommended, you need to do stuff that has a clear start and a clear goal near the end so that people stick around for that goal. Now here's the big dog peaks. Look at those. It's probably around this time, the end of 2018, beginning of 2019, that I would consider was when our channel peaked. Not saying that we're not going to have another good month. Our numbers should go up at the end of July because of the summer holidays and stuff. So I don't think our channel's peaked forever, but I think it's definitely peaked at the moment. I mean, if you look on our Social Blade, look at how many subscribers we gained in February this year. We gained 85,000, whereas we're now gaining like 19,000, 16,000, 37,000 that month, 16,000. That is massive, and we've not come close to that since. So this big peak was because basically there were a few videos that were all doing well. We had This Kid Made a Diss Track on Me. That gained 200,000 views that day. Hackers Play 50 Ways to Die in Minecraft gained 100,000 views that day. And then as you can see below, there was just a bunch of videos that were all doing decently at the exact same time. And it meant that because of that, we gained 7,000 subscribers in one day, which for my channel was absolutely insane. Look, the previous record was 2,700. So to go on about watch time again, the title was This Kid Made a Diss Track on Me, so I made one back. People watched the diss track and they knew that I was going to make one back, so they stuck around to see my diss track. That's why the watch time was higher and why the video ended up in recommended and ended up getting over 1 million views. We'll take a look at our peak on the 6th of the 2nd, which just minorly set a new channel record. It was, of course, I let 10 kids edit my video and this is what they sent back, which had an absolutely insane watch time ratio of nearly 50%, which for a really viral video that's getting 400,000 views, 47% is just very high. So let's break down why I let 10 kids edit this video, and this is what they sent back. People watched the first third of the video because that was me just emailing people asking them to edit something. So that means they have to stick around for the second 2/3 so that they can at least see some of the edited videos that were sent to me. And because in the title it says I let 10 kids, people stick around because the majority want to see all 10 so that they can decide which person was best, what each person did, etc, etc. So that's why that video ended up getting 3 million views. And because we have to think about not just views, we need to think about subscribers. You've got to think about the fact that we had basically the exact same views on these 2 days, but we gained an extra 2,000 subscribers for the edited video than we did compared for the diss track video, because that video was just slightly better quality, I guess. Now we have another peak here, but it's not as big as these peaks, and I'm pretty sure that this little peak, it was the T-Series PewDiePie video, yeah. So it was a shorter video, but we still had a 32% watch time. Why did it have a really good watch time, and why did it end up going viral? Because if we click on the video, it had a clear objective from the start, and that was to get Larry more subscribers than Barry, so people had to watch the full 6 minutes because they wanted to see if I was able to achieve that, which as you can see, we did achieve that. So lots of people watched for the full 6 minutes to find out if we achieved it or not. YouTube saw it had a good watch time, pushed it into new people's recommended, and we ended up with 3.8 million views. But to answer the title, I would say that this was our channel's peak. February this year, we had 10.6 million views that month. We gained 85,000 subscribers, which is way more than we'd ever gained previously. But that is not to say that we won't have another peak coming up. I'm hoping we'll potentially be able to beat these records over the summer holidays, and I'm hoping to again beat those records when it comes to Christmas this year, because months on YouTube do just seem to to make a big difference for whatever reason. January is always a weirdly good month for views. I don't really know why. And then you can see the summer holidays are as well. Presumably because people are off school and out of work, so they have more free time to watch YouTube. But let's call this video there. Thank you very, very much for watching. To summarize, even though we're getting half as many views this month than we have done a couple of months ago, that is just normal. So please don't, like, pity me or anything. Also, I don't want it to seem like I'm getting bogged down and stressed by numbers all the time, because that isn't the case. I just know that people like seeing these analytics videos. And finally, I just want to say that I appreciate all of the support. I understand that these views aren't numbers, they're actual people watching me, and that is always mind-blowing to think about. So thanks so much for all the support on the Jack Sucks at Life channel. Thank you very much for watching. There's plenty of analytics stuff out there. What do you want to see me look at next time? Alright, I'll see you later.